Yeah, all night we had aeroplanes flying overhead, or trains rattling past, as you see here, look. Yeah, right outside our window this is. Quite noisy really. Silly place to build a holiday in, I would have thought. I would recommend staying here to anyone that's watching this video. There we go. Crazy. Here we are in Windsor now, and we're going to go down the lock to get a boat. Here we are, waiting. Oh, looks like the swans are queuing up for the real trip. This is what we're going to... Nikki taking a picture of me, taking a picture of her. Lovely weather for ducks or swans anyway. Look at that, look at the... oh, coming down there. Look at the rain. What a lovely day for a boat trip.
It is tucking it down. Swans are loving it.
Yeah, that's right.
Swans are loving it.
What do you reckon?
I'm a bit wet. I forgot the umbrella. Silly me.
For the following safety announcement in accordance with Maritime and Coast Guard Agency regulations. The main exits from this vessel are the two gateways on either side of the front cabin downstairs. That's the one which you entered by, and the one on the opposite side. In the highly unlikely event of any emergency, additional exits consist of the two large sliding windows and the downstairs saloon, as well as any open sides around the front and upper decks. We carry buoyant apparatus consisting of life rings and rafts. These are stored around the outsides of the upper deck and on top of the front cabin. And in the event of any emergency, please remain calm and await further instructions from your skipper and crew. We thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions about the Windsor regions or the area in which you are travelling, or indeed if there is anything else that we can do to make this journey more pleasurable, please do not hesitate to ask. We have a fully stocked bar on board situated on the lower deck towards the rear of the vessel. This will be open throughout the trip, selling a range of wines, beers, spirits, as well as soft drinks, tea and coffee, and light snacks. And there's no need to leave your seat, as a member of staff will be making their way around the vessel shortly, taking orders for drinks which can then be brought to you. We now leave the centre of Windsor to our left, while opposite to our right is Eton, with some of the Eton College boathouses lining the waterfront. Rowing is a popular activity at Eton, the boys choosing either that or cricket as their summer sport. Those choosing cricket are known as dry bobs, whilst the rowers are called wet bobs. We are now proceeding upstream on the River Thames, which takes us in a roughly westerly direction. This would lead eventually to Oxford and beyond, although to reach Oxford by river from here would take somewhere in the region of 2 days. This is largely due to the 23 locks between here and the middle of Oxford, each one taking roughly half an hour to negotiate on a busy day. There's a speed limit on the Upper Thames of a little under 5 miles an hour, and also the river takes a very winding, meandering course, so all in all it's not the place to be if you're in too much of a hurry. To our left is Jacob's Island, formerly called Corporation Island. It was renamed after a well-known local councillor and a boat builder called Arthur Jacobs. It was here that some of the largest wooden boats, almost twice the length of this boat, were built in the now dismantled and long-forgotten boathouses and slipways of the Jacobs Yard. As we head up past Brockus Meadows to our right, some of the Eton College buildings become visible, as do the spires of Eton College Chapel, which is built in an almost identical style to St George's Chapel in Windsor Castle, known as the Perpendicular Gothic style of architecture. Eton College was founded in 1440 by King Henry VI, originally naming it the King's College of Our Lady of Eton beside Windsor. Incidentally, the college own all the land on our right from here and beyond our turning point. They're in fact the second largest landowner in the country after the Crown, owning land in nearly every county. Ricky was well and live music venue in its day. It started its life at the Hart and Garter Hotel opposite Windsor Castle in 1962, before moving to a semi-derelict mansion inside called Clewer Meads in 1964. Many of today's
Lovely jubbly.
who the rolling stones, Eric Clapton,
Yes, you can
played
say.
their early appearance.
Well, this is the life, isn't it? This is where we're sitting in the lounge, and not many people in here at the moment. But you say, when you look at the back there, there's all these people's posh houses. In actual fact, quite nice, quite nice. Very lovely.
Having turned around, we now embark on the downstream leg of our journey, which would take us eventually to London and then on to the North Sea. During this time, swans were a common source of food for royalty. Under a royal charter in the 15th century, the aforementioned city livery companies were allowed an equal share of the ownership, and the practice of eating swans has long since ceased. On our right-hand side now, we will pass the mooring pontoon and jetty at Windsor Racecourse, allowing the French Brothers fleet to transport racegoers from the Windsor promenade to the racecourse whenever there is a race meeting or any other events being held here. The journey takes us to London 10 minutes each way and allows passengers to have a relaxing drink on board whilst avoiding the tedious traffic since 1966 and joins Windsor up with the M4 motorway about 2 miles off to the left. An interesting feature of this bridge is the line of red squares which span the bridge just below the handrail. These are for the benefit of swans. It was found that swans have great difficulty distinguishing shades of grey. Consequently, on cloudy winter days, swans flying along the river would often not see the bridge until the last moment, having to swerve sharply to avoid it. On several occasions, a rather angry swan has been found walking clumsily along the carriageway, holding up a line of traffic. So it was found that swans can see the colour red quite easily. Consequently, these red square plates were put on both sides of the bridge to help them with their navigation. The waterway being the main highway to London to the east. In addition, the extensive Windsor forest offered excellent hunting, and William chose to live there until his death in 1087. After the Norman conquest, William I built a ring of fortresses within 1 day's march of London, of which Windsor is undoubtedly the finest. The site was chosen for its height, some 100 feet above the river, and its proximity to other castles that William had constructed to the west of London, at Berkhamsted and Guildford. Other castles were built at Ongar, Hertford and Pleshey to the north, Rayleigh and Rochester to the east, and Tunbridge and Reigate to the south. The concept of castles was unknown to the Saxons and was part of William's plan to ensure the permanence of the conquest. The castle has been added to by various monarchs throughout history, not always to the benefit of its appearance, until the arrival of King George IV. He employed the architect James Wyatt, who did much to reshape and modernise the castle, improving the grouping of the buildings. He then realised the need to raise the height of the round tower, so that it once more stood proud of the surrounding structures. An extra...
Here's Nikki in a nice new bag. It's just full. Need it really. Pack her back. Head up there is the castle, so we'll be going up there in a minute.